I think the Bulls will be sellers as well. I think everybody on that roster will be gone or maybe can go, except with the exception of like Matas and Giddy. But if I'm them and I could get my hands on Giannis, I give up Matas like yesterday. Then a couple more teams. The Nets will be sellers. Cam Thomas will not be on that roster, I don't believe. He's been coming off the bench since he came back from his injury. He's playing like 19 minutes a game. That coach does not like him, does not want to play him at all, even though he's arguably the most talented scorer on that team, right, with MPJ. The Hornets and the Bucks, they will both be sellers as well. But I don't know about the Hornets, man. They've been playing very well
Really
lately. They
well.
could be a team that kind of stays pat and like we'll take our chances in the play in.
I think the Hornets, they've been playing really well. That was the team I had
Yeah.
in the script for like teams that have been playing well. They since January they've blown out two teams. They blew out the Sixers. Who else did that? It was another team they blew out.
I think they beat the Jazz by like 60.
Some crazy. They're the first team in NBA history, well, first team in like 17 years to do that. Brandon Miller's been hooping. Con Knipple's been great. Con Kniple just had a masterclass performance against Cooper Flag. Both of them were going crazy.
Yes.
And yeah, they just been getting production from everybody. Diobate, however you pronounce his name, had 21 boards, 18 rebounds. 18 points the last game. So the Hornets have a really great nucleus. I think this is a dangerous ass team to watch out for. They could take the Bulls
It
playing
is.
spot. Go ahead, take our playing spot. We want to be ass.
You don't have to want to be. The Bulls are. It's some teams out there, man, that rest their guys for injury management, like the Utah Jazz. All these teams, injury management, they rest them on back to backs because they want to tank. Hey, public service announcement: you bad teams, you don't have to sit your players to tank. You guys are going to lose with all your players in the lineup. It does not matter who's in the lineup. Like the Wizards, the Jazz, the
The
Bulls,
Kings.
the Kings. You guys keep your. How do you think you got to this point? You got to this point by having those guys in the lineup. Keep them in the lineup. You'll lose. I promise. It's a
but yeah,
fact.
this is definitely a draft class you want to lose and go through that process. But you talked about the Bulls being sellers. Let's dive in deeper to the Bulls. What are some players, like you said, everybody should be up for grabs, but what are some players you think that definitely will be on the move from out of Chicago? I want to keep Kobe White. I fuck with Kobe White, bro.
I think. I think to be a seller and to tank and to get good draft picks and rebuild and restart, Kobe White is one of the first that has to go because he is the most valuable on the team, and you're
Yeah,
willing to depart from him.
he's a
Um,
bucket.
guys like guys like Patrick Williams, who you want to get rid of, isn't as valuable. You're not going to get as much for him. He has a bad contract. To be frank with you, guys like Vucevic, he has to go as well, but his value is not as high as a Kobe White. So, like I said, the only guy I would keep is Giddy because he's playing, out his mind right now, averaging like almost a 20-point triple double. You keep a guy like that, but everybody else, I mean, time's ticking. You got to go.
I like Io too. Io's been playing well off the bench. He just had 23 points, I think, last night. Pretty good performance. I even seen some people say, all right, you trade Kobe White over to Minnesota. You get Terrence Shannon Jr. Combine Terrence Shannon Jr., a guy from Chicago, and Io together. Two guys that, went to Illinois, Chicago guys, and, had great moments at Illinois. That would be nice to get those two guys back on Chicago together. And Terrence Shannon Jr., I think he has a lot of upside, high ceiling, higher than Patrick Williams and our other guys at Ford. So I think that's something I would look into if we're going to trade Kobe White. Because I don't think they're going to give us Baron J, the center.
Yeah, you can get Terrence Shannon, you can get those types of guys, but they're not going to make the team any better at the end of the
Nah.
day. Like Terrence Shannon might be 3 years away from, you know, actually getting a real opportunity to play a hoop. The dude can score. He can flat out score, but
Yeah, he's a
you
baller.
look at
Yeah.
guys like Cam Thomas in New York who can also score. He's just not getting that opportunity right now. So I would put him in like that same category, except he could guard a little bit better.
Yeah. The Bulls are just full of players, guards that would make a difference on another team. I feel like Trey
Yeah.
Jones is somebody, Io, and then Kobe White. I've seen the Timberwolves were interested in all three. So I think those guys could get some movement. Kevin Herter, not been bad since he's been with the Bulls as a 3-point shooter.
Mhm.
Could be somebody that could get somewhere else. But yeah, Patrick Williams. whatever you got to do. Cut his ass. Get him off the squad at the deadline.
Absolutely.
I saw Kenny Beecham with numbers on the board, him throw out a trade that would send Patrick Williams, Vooch, who was Patrick Williams, Vooch, Kevin Herter, Zach Collins to the Warriors for Jimmy Butler and Kuminga and a couple first round picks. What are your thoughts on that? Would you do that trade? It's a win-win for both.
I would do that trade if Jimmy Butler didn't tear his ACL. I mean, but you gotta think. I mean, I take Kaminga, but on the Jimmy Butler thing, like he's 36, 37, like coming off an ACL injury, that's just gonna be a burden on your franchise, in my opinion, when you're trying to rebuild. You can't rebuild by getting an old star in your building.
Yeah.
You can rebuild by getting an old superstar in your building, but there's a difference between the two. So if the Bulls were getting Giannis, that's completely different than getting a 37-year-old Jimmy Butler off an ACL tear. But
And
Kuminga,
he's
I think, would flourish in the Chicago uniform.
I know I would want Kaminga, but yeah, Jimmy's definitely cooked. He's a little washed now.
Yeah,
But Kobe White, this is somebody that I think the Bulls will eventually trade. What are some good destinations you think for him?
I think Minnesota would be the best landing spot for him. They've been missing like good point guard play all season. They've been starting DiVincenzo at the point guard spot. He's not a point guard though. He's more of like a 3 and D guy, a guy that can just shoot the three. He's not really known for setting his teammates up. Neither is Kobe White, to be quite frank. But he will be a better fit in Minnesota, especially if they can't get their hands on Giannis. I would definitely go target Kobe White.
I mean, you think they could get Giannis and Kobe White or not? You could only get one.
No, no, no. You're only getting one. You're only getting one. Can't get both.
But yeah, Kobe
Unless you
White
trade that
next.
man. Shit, you get whatever you want. You trade that man. Which we know they're not doing that. So
Kobe White would be nice in Minnesota. I also like Kobe White in Houston. I think him, with
yeah,
Kevin Durant, that would be a good spot for him. And I think that it wouldn't cost much. Just give us Jabari Smith. I think they'd be cool with getting rid of Jabari Smith. Maybe I don't know what the picks look like, but yeah, Kobe White. I think that'd be a cheap guy for them to add. They're missing Fred VanVleet. We don't know if he's going to return, this season. So yeah, Kobe White plugging in that spot next to Kevin Durant, Şengün, Amen Thompson. Think that's a dangerous Houston team. Kobe White, he's been with the Bulls, but this is a top player in the league. This is like a guy that's very underrated.
yeah. 20 point plus scorer a night, man. Could shoot the three with the best of them.
Yeah, he's
Really
elite.
good, really good player.
He just can't put together a healthy season. But during mandatory minicamp, he revealed to Bears media and in press conferences that his team reached out to the Bears to potentially get a contract